Hello, I'm Adam Wanlin. I'm here to show you the things that I wish that I learned when I started learning guitar. To start us off, to learn the guitar, you're gonna need this one very important thing. You're gonna need a guitar. This thing is a Fender Squier, an acoustic steel string guitar. It has a black rim, just sunburst to it. It's not too expensive, maybe $150. But it's really a reliable guitar. It really has great sound to it. It's just a reliable guitar. You know, with guitar, it's like I'm gonna start showing you chords in a minute, but what I think you just need to understand is you do need to practice. When you watch this video, you need to understand a little bit of. You just kind of gotta have some feel to it. I think I'm gonna jump into the very simple chords. They're a little difficult, but really there'll be a click to it, and you'll be like, "Oh, I got this!" Like once you get it, you're able to play them. Then you just work on transitions, and in a week almost, you'll just be able to. The first is the E chord. I think it sounds like a mariachi band for some reason. I hear this and I just instantly think, you know, Spanish, Mexican style music. Next is the G chord. This chord is the happy emotional chord. It's used heavily in many songs, and there's different variations of it and stuff, but it's a very full sounding. There's two ways to play it. There's the way I play it, like this. We have first finger on the big E string, and then you have your middle finger and your ring finger on the B and light E string. So, but you can also play where you have your pinky and your ring finger on the E and B string. Then you have your pointer finger on the A string and your middle finger, sorry, didn't mean to flip you off there, on the big E string. Very full sounding. Next we have the A chord. The A chord is a very simple chord. It's the first chord I remember learning. It's used in a lot of rock. It's just kind of a. It's also very full sounding because you can play it either with a bar, so you have your pointer finger. It's used in a lot of Nirvana songs, a lot of you know, older acoustics. It's a very reliable chord. This is a D chord. This one was originally one of the harder ones, but I really caught on to it. So you have your first finger on the second fret of the G string. Your middle finger will be on the E string on the bottom, also on the second fret, and then you'll have your ring finger will kind of reach over onto the third string, like that, on the or not the third string, sorry, the B string on the third fret, and I really don't think any chord has been used more than this one. It's in like every song. Next, this is known as the rock and roll chord, E major. Also, probably one of the easiest chords. It's if you remember the E, we had the mariachi, right? You remember? But all you gotta do is remove your pointer finger and rock on. Now we have one of the saddest chords in A minor. It is probably one of my favorites. It's hard to incorporate into some songs if you're writing, but it's also extremely useful. It's very emotional. It's a great thing to have at the end of a chord progression because it's very full. It's very like impactful. It's just and now, in my most unpopular opinion, I've stated earlier, a very useful chord, just not an easy one for me in my opinion. The C chord. it can be used happy. It can be used sad. It's a very useful, variety chord. It's a great filler chord. It just, I mean, you can do finger style stuff with it because it's kind of all over the place. Move around the fretboard. If you know how to do this, then bar chords will be a little bit easier. And it's definitely one that you should get to know. My goal of this video is to get you to be able to play, just with a little bit of practice, some of the very beginner chords and be able to get a couple transitions going, just a couple strumming patterns, just kind of get you to the point where you can learn new things.